Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Heronbrook Farm Kitchen. It is absolutely fabulous to have you here, as always. And today, we're going to be making another great English classic. We're going to make lemon drizzle cake. Okay, let's talk about lemon drizzle cake. It's an absolute English tea time classic. It looks absolutely beautiful, lovely yellow inside. It's rich, it's moist, it's lemony. It's absolutely delicious. You're gonna love this one. So let's jump in and take a look at the ingredients. Okay, let's talk about the ingredients for this amazing lemon drizzle cake. So you're gonna need 225 grams of self-raising flour, 225 grams of unsalted butter, and you guessed it, 225 grams of caster sugar. Then you're going to need 4 eggs, 4 medium eggs, and then for the drizzle you're going to need another 85 grams of caster sugar and 2 lemons. So let's jump in and get them combined. Okay, so all of the action happens at the stand mixer, so we brought that up onto the table. I've just diced up, roughly chopped the butter. We're going to go in on top of that with all of the caster sugar, and we'll get that on the stand mixer, and we're going to cream that up with the K-beater with the silicone side. I'll just get that on there. So we just start it on a slow speed. The butter has had a chance to slightly soften. Okay, that's come together now, so I can increase the speed slightly. So I have to hang on to the mixer because at this speed it's got a tendency to walk across the table, and if it hit the eggs we'd be in all sorts of trouble. I'm going to go up to full speed now. So as you can see, that's gone a lot paler, it's a lot lighter and a lot fluffier. So I'm going to get it off now, turn it off, take the beater off, and we'll give it a little scrape down of the sides using the spatula. Always gets very sticky at this stage. K-beaters are a wonderful invention, but they're incredibly difficult to get all the batter off. Just pop that down there, and I'm just going to scrape down the sides. Scrape that off there. Put it back on. And I'm going to give it another beat for about another minute or so. Again, we can go straight up to full speed now. As you can see now, that's gone much lighter, much fluffier, and in fact it's just about ready for the next stage, so we can turn it off. Okay, so now we're ready to go in with the eggs and the flour. And what I like to do is to get the eggs in a jug and just beat them up in the jug, get them nice and combined. There we go. Get rid of that, and we'll get a spoon. And what I'm going to do, on a medium speed, I'm going to add in a little bit of egg and then a little bit of flour, and I'll keep alternating until all of the egg and all of the flour is combined. And what that's going to do is it's going to stop the mixture from splitting, which is what would happen if we added all of the egg at the same time. So if I just go in with about 1 egg's worth, and then a good couple of teaspoons of flour, and then a little bit more egg, and then a little bit more flour. And what you end up with is a really nice light batter. If you just dumped all of the eggs in and then you dumped in all of the flour, you would compromise the lightness of the batter. Well, that was what I was always taught anyway. And then we can just go in with the last bit of flour, and we'll just let that mix. So as you can see, you've got a lovely light batter now. The silicone spatula has done its job, it's pulling it all in from the sides. So this is just about ready. So I think we can turn it off and get it out. Okay, and then just the last bit, before it goes into the tin, we're going to go in with the zest of 1 lemon. I'm just using a microplane, and just zesting it straight in on top. We don't need to mix it in the mixer again, we'll just mix it in with the spatula. Beautiful, smells amazing. You want to just make sure you only get the yellow and avoid, if you can, the white, because that can be slightly bitter. There we go. Get that in there, and then we'll go in with the spatula and just mix that beautiful zest in. That just absolutely brings it to life. You want to be gentle with this now because you've worked hard to get air into it. Okay, so now we're going to get it into the loaf tin. We just use a standard loaf tin. I'll put the dimensions in the recipe down in the description, as I always do. You do need to line this with baking parchment, but actually in kitchen shops you can buy these ready-made loaf tin liners, which is what we use, which are absolutely perfect. And then all I'm going to do now is just go in. There's no non-sticky way of doing this, I'm afraid. Go in with your fingers and just get that batter in to the case. Smells amazing, looks delicious, beautiful and light, and that's what you're looking for. You don't have to be too pernickety about this, it will settle beautifully in the oven once you get it in there. Okay, we'll just get the last bits out now. I don't want to waste any. There we go. And then just use your spatula just to roughly level around. As I say, when it goes into the oven, it will level itself out naturally. There we are. I would say that was pretty perfect. So the oven's been preheating to 160 degrees, and it's going to stay at 160 degrees. I've just turned it off because, as you know, it makes an awful racket. So I'm going to get that turned on, and we'll get this in and we'll get baking. So straight into the middle of the oven, preheated to 160 degrees centigrade, and it's going to stay in here for about an hour. I'm going to check it after 50 minutes, maybe do a quick skewer test. If it's ready, then it'll come out. But I know this oven reasonably well, so in this oven it'll take an hour. But you do just want to be a bit cautious in your oven. It's very easy to underbake one of these and overbake it. Okay, we're about halfway through the bake now, so let's get on with making the drizzle. So we need those 2 lemons from earlier. We just cut them in half. And then this old thing, the Old Faithful, I've had it for years, just a wooden juicer. And what I like to do is juice it into a bowl, just straight into a sieve. And the sieve just picks up all of the pips and bits and pieces. And we just go straight in here. And then if we just get a spoon and we just tease that around a bit, just to make sure we get all the juice out. And then get rid of those, and that can move out of the way. So there's your lemon juice, and we just go straight in on top of that with the caster sugar, and we give it a mix round. So we're just going to set this to one side, and then just before the cake comes out of the oven, I'm just going to pop this in the microwave for a minute just to melt all of that sugar, which will make a brilliant drizzle, and then we'll pour it over the top. So I'll see you in a second when the cake comes out of the oven. Okay, that's it. Time has just gone off. It's had the full hour. So let's get it out and see what it looks like. Well, it looks beautiful. Okay, so we can turn it out straight away because of its clever little thing. I've got my warm drizzle. So you can just check that it's baked by sticking a skewer in. If it comes out clean, then it's baked. So what I'm going to do is just go in all the way over the top with my skewer, piercing right down to the bottom. And that's going to let the drizzle sink right in. There we go. So the drizzle is beautiful and warm. I've transferred it to a jug, which just makes it a little bit easier to manage so that you can get a nice even pour. There we go, look at that, absolutely fantastic. And I just want to try and get that over the whole surface. As you can see, it is spilling down onto the worktop, which matters not a bit in here, but if you've got a beautiful wooden worktop at home, You might want to put it on a tray or something like that, because this is the world's stickiest substance. There we go. Beautiful. So we're going to just leave that now to completely cool down, about an hour, and then we'll come back and cut into it and take a look. I'll see you then. Okay, so it's been cooling for about an hour. It looks amazing. Let's just gently get it out of there. We'll pop it on a board. Careful not to break it, it's still quite fragile. And we will cut in and take a look. It smells incredible. Slightly crispy on top. Lovely light. Look at that beautiful cake. It looks absolutely incredible. Look at that. Absolutely phenomenal. It's moist. I'm gonna have a taste. That is so good. It's lemony, it's sweet, it's delicious. You're gonna absolutely love it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me make this English classic today. If you have, do hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.